Hey, hope you're doing well today. I have had a recent addiction to an older game now. A game that has stood the test of time since its release in 2017. Honestly, I have no clue why I'm trying to act all mysterious. You read the title, you know we're talking about For Honor today. For Honor, if you don't know, is a third-person hero-based action game that takes place during a fictional war between multiple factions, including Vikings, Knights, and Samurai. I even did an old gameplay video of it back in the day, like forever ago, and I stand by nothing I've said in that video. It's horrible. Do not go looking for it because it just, I sing in it. You don't want to watch it. Trust me. It technically has a single player story campaign, but it's pretty mediocre. What you really get For Honor for is the massive sprawling battles. Okay, it's like 4v4, but it feels massive and sprawling. They do a pretty good job with it. But also the duels, more than anything, the goddamn duels. They feel so good. For Honor employs a unique combat system that gives you 3 directions to block, parry, and attack from. The type of games this game reminds me of is 2D fighting games in a weird way, since learning your character's combos and mix-ups is the very core of For Honor's gameplay. Now firstly, before I continue, I'm not good at For Honor. I'm honestly quite bad. And yet, even though my booty gets beat each time I play, I can't help but come back. This fighting system really is just addictive and fun, and this is the only place you can really get that fix. Sadly, Ubisoft copyrighted this combat system and has continued to do nothing with it since its inception. While For Honor still does get updates regularly and new characters are added often enough, which is impressive in its own right, I still can't help but be disappointed that we haven't seen this system used anywhere else. Like most Ubisoft games, it has incredible potential, but it is perfectly happy sitting just right there in the pretty good spot and never reaches further upwards. While I do love the game, it's not perfect. And this video is more about me trying to convince you of why you might like it if it's your kind of flawed type of experience, if that makes sense. The current roster of characters that the game has can often also feel samey, with just slight twists. Many of the characters were recently changed as well to make them feel simpler, to encourage players to play every character and have fun with them. I think that's kind of a double-edged sword for the game. While it does make sense as a decision, having unique characters is really what makes people want to keep playing and keep coming back. And yet I can't stop coming back, god damn it. And the queue times aren't long either in For Honor, which is kind of surprising again considering how old it is. So it's not unlikely that many of you are in the same boat as I am. And truly, it's kind of incredible how much love the dev team has poured into this game over the years. And they really have made some strides in improving the experience as well. Removing Reflex Guard was a saint-like thing to do, and I will love them forever for it. But if you decide to try this game out, keep in mind you will get really frustrated often. Something about For Honor births hatred, pulls it from deep within you and spills it all over your keyboard. I like to think I'm a relatively mellow guy, but this game, and Valorant 2 actually, turned me into something I wish I wasn't. One hell of an angry guy. So what is so frustrating about this game, you might be wondering? Well, 90% of the time you are dueling other players in this game. The horrifying truth of it is, most of the time when you lose, it's completely your fault. Maybe you got outplayed, maybe the game allegedly glitched out, maybe they were playing Hitokiri and spammed heavies until you sobbed yourself to sleep. Any of these things come down to one thing. It is possible to outplay whatever just happened to you 90% of the time. It's your fault that you didn't. Sidebar, which is why I also do recommend playing with friends. Having people to blame is an important part of the experience. But this fact of owning your own failures can make this game so incredibly frustrating, because none of us like to admit our flaws, that's for damn sure. Yet that's also what I think makes this game so damn addicting. You start out absolutely sucking pure ass, and then you get to the point where you suck less ass, and it feels amazing. Outplaying another player is such a beautiful high that rushes your brain with the purest dopamine imaginable. Landing an execute after pulling a move you've been practicing for the last 5 matches is just pure adrenaline, just undiluted joy in its finest form. Now, there is also one other half of the game aside from the combat. The fashion. Playing a character unlocks new armor pieces and colors as you level them up. You unlock cooler options at higher levels, and you can mix and match until you find an outfit you find sexy as hell. This lends to helping you feel like you are progressing all the time, which is fantastic. Not only that, looking stylish while you execute some punk is just amazing. So, is For Honor worth playing in 2024? depends how much you are willing to lose your goddamn mind. Depends how hard you're willing to work at it. Because For Honor is not an easy game to play casually, no matter how hard I try. And while I think everybody should at least give the game a shot, it's not unlikely that you'll bounce off this one. Assuming that you enjoy multiplayer games, of course. If you're somebody that likes single player games, this really doesn't have much for you. I would not play it unless you really like the idea of a cool combat system. Then I guess try it out. It does go on heavy sales really often, so definitely wait for those if you are interested. And mostly this video was me wanting to shine a little light on a game that has amazingly stood the test of time, despite Ubisoft being its publisher, which is incredible. And it's a game that I honestly really enjoy. So thank you for listening to my ridiculous rant. Anyhow, thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, and if you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to give that subscribe button some love. But most importantly, have a goddamn wonderful day, and don't die, bitch.